Hey everybody, welcome back to Three Swords Productions. We are live from Greenville, South Carolina with some side event action taking place here. We've got some Rebecca coming up, so it's going to be pretty cool. We are going to be commentating over the match, but not really specifically talking about the match. We'll kind of just be, highlighting the interesting plays that we see and filling some dead air. But because the players are right next to us, we want to be as respectful as possible to them. So, just keep that in mind and bear with us here. In case you're wondering why we're not really calling things out as often as we might during one of these. That is going to be the biggest reason. Yeah,
we're going to be reactionary, and we're going to try and be a little bit quiet, too, a little.
Well, the volume thing really comes right around when you give information you shouldn't, right? So as long as you agree, you don't give any information you shouldn't, you can yell.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm going to give information I shouldn't. So
well, don't be doing
quietly.
any of that. Just, bring it down. Hey, guys, it's crazy.
The Rebecca player's hand currently consists of these 5 cards.
My goodness. Things like, oh, I didn't like that play, or, I did like that, or
it would be a horrible play.
It would be really good if he did this. Things like that. We're going to stay way away from.
We see a misplay at the beginning. Rebecca rolled a 6. Into the Whitebeard's 10. Into Whitebeard's 10.
You hate to see it. Also, forgive the tables a little bit. The quality here at the venue was not the best, but it is what it is. So, but thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We're gonna have a great time over the next couple of hours here. So, yeah.
Yep. As Steven neurotically changes the position of boxes.
I'm sorry about that. It's just something I'm a little bit OCD. Oh, and wow, look at that Newgate there. Okay.
Yes, look at that Newgate.
Look at that Newgate. I mean, it's just a beautiful, look at these alt leader battles here. Just getting us started here. Wow. Okay. And what a beautiful Three Swords Productions playmat. I mean, if I had to be honest with you, it's one of the best looking playmats on the entire market.
Where can I buy that playmat?
You can't. So if you go to sleep tonight and you wake up in your dreams, you can buy it from that. So not for sale.
Dream. Exactly. Waking Dream is Tapermon's attack. We've seen a lot of Digimon today.
Wow, we did see a lot of Digimon here today. There were three different games all being streamed here today. I am tired, but that's okay.
Yeah, you're tired. I was in one of them. I was in the Dragon Ball tournament.
You were in the Dragon Ball tournament. Okay, wow. All right, so Rebecca's super strong here. Rebecca's super strong. I actually tend to think that Rebecca is favored in this matchup just because.
I agree.
You're good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I have to agree. I think that Rebecca is definitely favored into the Whitebeard match. We do see Rebecca going first, so Becca's just going to go ahead and get that effect off. Grab a toy soldier, drop a Lumbus.
Kyros to hand is one of those things that Newgate just cannot deal with. But I find in this matchup that Kyros just kind of sits on the table. You're going to be able to get.
Speaking of sit on the table, we see a Sanji come down.
Oh right,
so that means we're looking at a Strawbeard build.
We're looking at that. We're also looking at an opponent who knows the Rebecca matchup because that is something really to put on the table like that means. You're looking to swing with that.
You're looking to use it.
You want to burn your life to 0 as fast as possible. Actually makes sense because you're not going to give Rebecca the amount of time that she needs to be able to get into that gear to be able to swing with the Tier 4 Luffy, you know what I mean?
That's true. We got Coliseum coming down. You love to see it if you're the Rebecca player. You really love to see that Coliseum.
It's that turn 2 grab, Rebecca effect into Coliseum. Hopefully we find a one-cost Rebecca so we can smooth out the entire turn.
That'd be nice. It looks like we have a couple options with the Rebecca leader effect here.
Love it.
They're pretty solid options. I see why he's got to think about it.
And the Dawn on the right side. What is that?
That is Croc killing Luffy.
That's the new double pack Dawn, right?
That is the new Dawn from the double pack. Yes,
from this angle,
it kind of looks like more expensive pack.
It looks like Proxied.
And we see Boss Luffy added to hand.
Versions of that. Okay, Boss Luffy added to hand.
Boss Luffy in hand.
Then add it to the floor, then add it to hand again.
Yeah, there we go. That's nice. That's where it goes.
Well, it just really showcases Rebecca's ability to recycle things that are in the discard pile.
You recycle it from the floor, from anywhere. She recycles from anywhere.
All around, doing great.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Frankie comes down.
Okay.
This is something you don't see that often. Whitebeard playing a 4-drop 6K vanilla.
True. And this is actually like I like the Sanji play here a lot because a lot of times what you'll find in Rebecca versus Whitebeard is that Whitebeard just one character that Rebecca can deal with per turn.
Yep.
And you never really get to attack with those big characters. So playing the Sanji let him on 6 Dawn play the 4 cost and then swing with Sanji. He's actually being a lot more aggressive than a lot of Whitebeards would be.
He's giving himself the opportunity to have an additional attacker every turn, which I think is very strong.
Rebecca kind of limited on number of attackers.
Because that leader cannot swing. Also,
himself.
Putting that damage on, you turn off the leader effect in a lot of situations. Or you cause Rebecca to get rid of some cards in hand that she might not want to.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuances to putting that
see a toy soldier
Sanji
come down,
in
no
play.
value.
One big thing about that Sanji is that it's a 2 cost, not a 1 cost. So Rebecca's going to have to do the same amount of heavy lifting to bring it down as she would for the 4
Frankie.
cost. Yeah.
So we see toy soldier come down for no value. Because we just can't stick an Orlumbus this turn in addition to it.
No shot. I mean, and you also run the risk of just your opponent answering that card. And it's a lot of Dawn commitment because like you're going to be able to out tempo Whitebeard if Whitebeard is going 1 character per turn. But what you certainly don't want to do is put yourself 1 turn behind doing the exact same tempo.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see toy soldier goes ahead and swings on the Sanji. The really nice thing about that Coliseum coming in clutch there, giving your characters Hearthstone Rush.
Character rush.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Character rush. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Inventing names. Let's go.
We're gonna see 6 come across the table twice here, and we're gonna land one of those. Pretty solid. I see that we're just gonna go ahead and ignore toy soldier and drop a thatch.
That's exactly what you do here.
That's what Whitebeard wants to do.
It's nothing.
Let's keep curving. You know what?
Exactly.
Bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. White dude loves playing bigger and bigger dudes.
All right, and we're going up to 7, so this is the turn where Luffy can come down.
He can, but he's not very strong this turn.
7K versus 6K, and then 7K versus 8K. It's the math ain't mathin'. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we can't see that trash. There might not be enough in it to use that Luffy effect and restand.
I think that would be possibly true. I really have not been keeping up with that.
Nope.
It's just kind of like. Rebecca's like one of those decks where, you have options to mill if that's what you want to do. And so at the moment where you need it, you are going to have it. You know what I mean? So it's not something I keep track of.
And do you think this turn we might see like something like an Orlumbus, whatever the little elf's name is? You think?
I'll tell you, I am not here to call shots. I am here to fill
calling any shots. I don't see the hand.
Dead
I'm
air.
asking if we're going to see something like that.
I think so.
This is why I talk quietly.
I think that's exactly what we're going to see here. I mean, under the threat of that thatch, like you are in a position to want to answer the board here.
Well, you can't do anything to the thatch. Unfortunately, it's just got too much cost. We cannot. We see Orlumbo go down. We're going to Shrinky Dink the Frankie.
I love this so much. I mean, this is one of my favorite things to do on turn 7 with Rebecca.
Okay, now we see Rest the Coliseum and Mill the Sword. That's exactly what I was about to bring up.
Oh.
He rests the Coliseum instead of the leader with the Toy Soldier effect because he probably plays Sword.
Yep.
And we just saw him mill it. Beautiful. And then we see the little elf bro come down and clear the Frankie. Leo?
Yep. Leo. 1 cost.
1 cost.
Super efficient card.
With Orlumbus.
So if you were looking at Kiros, that was going to cost you the entire 7, but because you played Leo, now you have access to your leader effect.
Yes, exactly.
So you're not missing a turn drawing cards.
And we find ourselves another boss Luffy. And you know what? We're going to even this turn out with a Rebecca.
Perfect. Oh, just 7 Dawn? I'll spend 7.
Yep.
So
and you know what? We're going to go ahead and get a gun.
Yeah, Kong Gun is like exactly what we're in the market for later in the game. Now we're waiting for 10, so we do still have 2 more turns before we expect to see Luffy come down to clear the board.
Yeah.
But we were able to do so with Leo this turn.
We were.
And now the pressure's on Whitegate to do to deal with the Orlumbus.
I see a Newgate. I see a Whitebeard. I don't see Whitegate.
Yeah, my bad. But the pressure is on Newgate to deal with the Orlumbus this turn. So
that is true. There's a lot of emphasis on clearing that Orlumbus because of what it can do.
Perfect, yeah.
All right, we see 6 come across the table, nothing. We're going to go 8 across the table. That's going to do a damage.
That's a little bit more than nothing.
That's always going to do a damage there, yeah.
A couple of 2Ks later. 3 swords there.
No, I see that. Who's thinking about
productions.
it?
Let's go.
3 swords production,
We're in the produce section.
Yeah, that was a few worlds apart.
Oh, wow.
About
Crazy.
3 of them? 3,000 maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get a Red Hawk off the top of the deck with the Nami. That is That is a little scary, but Orlumbus is a 5K.
Not the most troubling thing.
Not the most thing. I
Not
agree.
the most troubling thing when you're here when you're playing Rebecca.
That's true.
Not
That's
a ton
true.
of targets to
You're not
hit.
too scared. You're like, oh no, my Leo.
Right. That's one of those things where I just need. I'm looking for guard point, right? But I got this instead. You know. You asked for socks for Christmas. You get it, but it's not the pair you wanted.
All right. Why is the leader rested?
Which one?
The Rebecca.
The Rebecca. You know, good questions are often asked in pairs, so I need you to ask one more.
Why are good questions asked in pairs?
I don't know. That's just what a mad scientist once said, but that guy was crazy, so I don't know why you're listening to him.
I'm the only scientist you know.
Dr. Matthew Sublett, PhD. What is your expert opinion? I mean, you didn't get your doctorate on One Piece, I would assume.
I didn't, actually.
That would be crazy if you did.
It took like 4 pieces, honestly.
I would probably get a refund because you did not go to a real college for that. That is not something that's not legitimately being offered.
That's true. No. I did go to a real college.
My doctorate is legitimate, thank you. How dare you question years of my life? Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that? All right,
right.
what do we got here? So that Thatch is a problem. The Marco probably just lives on the board rent-free at this point, right?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, no.
No, it doesn't.
The answer is no,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
okay.
Yeah, the answer is no.
You know, I completely forgot that was there.
Exactly. Oh, I want to comment on it, but I just can't. Again,
because
we're here to fill dead time.
because you're
That's
afraid
it.
to. I get it.
I'm afraid. Yeah,
You're afraid to.
Yeah.
It's because of Leo's effect before.
Perfect. There's a solid answer there from Christopher. Thank you so much.
Answer to which question?
Why is the leader tapped?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. They're a little bit behind us because of latency settings with the the stream here.
Right.
So that is what's going on.
So don't interact with them. Gotcha.
Well, interact, but don't have a conversation. So you can do that.
I'm barely having a conversation with you.
Effective, effective jest. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, we're gonna pay 4.
all right, we got potentially Sabo coming.
And
there's
we're gonna
the
sword,
trade.
and that's beautiful.
Oh wow, yes.
The value that sword just netted.
Thatch is gone.
Thatch is gone.
And
The
that
Thatch
leaves-
got snatched by the drop.
That leaves Whitebeard with one Nami
With
on
a
the
Nami.
on the board.
One Nami to rule them all.
Before going to 0 on the following turn.
Yeah,
Now this is massive.
this is. And Whitebeard has seen the gun, the Kong gun.
That's true.
So he's aware.
Nope. Seen the gun. Also seen a Luffy.
That's true.
We have seen
you-
the combo.
This many, actually. We've seen this many Luffy.
Crazy, yep.
Yeah.
But we're going to want to see those on the table.
We are going to want to see those on the table eventually. All right, so we see Whitebeard has every card in his deck in his hand, which is pretty good.
Whoa. All right. The
All
old
right.
king. Let's go.
There we go.
It kind of looks like he's grinning with that giant mustache.
He is
because
grinning with
just
that
so
giant
happy
mustache.
to be around. I mean, it's a beautiful looking.
So we see an 8 come across the table
Yeah.
there, and Rebecca's like, yep. Yes, sir. All right.
Chopper
Choppy.
coming down. That's going to... Well, honestly, I like the chopper play, but at the same time, this is Luffy turn. Luffy's supposed to come down and just kind of clean up the board
Yeah, I
and get
agree.
ready.
I agree.
It's supposed to swing on one thing, restand itself.
Yeah. It's probably going to have to go twice, because you got to get through the chopper to get the Newgate.
You just ignore the Newgate. You don't go after the Newgate.
Rebecca is at 1 life.
Well, I'll tell you, in life we all have personal challenges to deal with, but I think this is one that we can overcome.
All right, sure.
I think this is one we can get through, but I do think...
All right, we see Orlumbus's effect, and you know what? We're just going to sort it.
Okay.
But that means we're not playing Boss Luffy this turn.
Yep, we're not going in yet. That's maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay. We don't have to combo. I mean, I think...
To be fair, you don't necessarily need Boss Luffy to win.
True. I think one mistake here, too, is thinking that, Newgate has inevitability, but that's actually not true. I think it's in this matchup, Rebecca does. So the Rebecca player can pace themselves correctly, not fall into the trap of, putting myself on the question mark of, will he be able to counter out of this? No, you just swing where you're comfortable swinging, and then you will eventually break through because Newgate, remember, is putting themselves at 0.
Yes, exactly. And I agree with the inevitability. Newgate doesn't really, like Zoro is not inevitability, but you know what is inevitability? Kong Gun.
True.
Yeah.
Now that one's certainly that's gonna deal some damage.
That's gonna do. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You just pointed to a certain thing there. It's a Luffy. And you know what? That might actually be some end game.
It honestly it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is really where the experience of the players shine through.
Okay. So Whitebeard's on a big think right now. Quite a lot of options. Look like 5, 10 or 11 cards in hand. My goodness.
You know, this is the part of the game where both players are really intensely thinking about it.
They are.
You know, and you can really tell that, like, the indecisive, like, do I swing for just this? I mean, you can really see people, like, lasered in.
All right, so we see Newgate come across the table. Good old Bardo. Lots to consider here for the Newgate player. And, you know, you talk about, like, both players really focus in on this turn. I think you see that a lot in higher-level one-piece matches. It's about these turns where one mistake loses the game.
I mean, you can clearly tell that these players are both very good at this game.
They are.
They've spent the entire time doing well-measured plays. And I mean, they both came in with alt leaders.
And we see wanted Luffy come down, and what is he wanted for? Attacking, ignoring blockers.
True. I mean, he's wanting for break it through, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's going to do here. So we're gonna. Oh.
Well, no, we might not need to.
Oh. Okay.
You know what? We might not.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Let's see. We're just gonna see just a 5/6 rusher come across the table. Rebecca could potentially get out of this one pretty easily. This is 1-2K, and we're clear.
Correct, right. But, I mean, there's also the world where we think that, okay, we can actually just break through on our turn, so there's no reason to not just
add the resource. Maybe it's a Kong Gun.
Correct. And that block is, like, certainly an indicator to say, like, no. What I think is going to happen is next turn you're going to get out of this.
Yep.
And then you're going to swing with a second Luffy that's in your hand. And I'm not falling for that.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use this blocker now while I've got the chance.
I love it. I mean, it's just...
It makes sense.
Like I said, just really shows the practice these players have put in. I love how much, when you're playing Rebecca, I love how much of the game is played before you even bring your deck to the tournament.
Now, there's an interesting thing here. We can actually, if he has it, we can drop the Luffy down to a 1 cost and do some cleanup here. And still play Mr. Biggles. Okay, we're going to see a Sabo come down instead.
Wow.
So Sabo's going to let him draw 2 cards, and then we're going to go ahead and discard 2 cards. We're going to get rid of a Toy Soldier and a Boss Luffy. Okay. Interesting.
We'd most likely just have like an answer, like in the form of something.
Something, yeah. Something's gonna.
There's a Leo on top.
Yeah,
so
I think so. Yeah, no, I know. I saw it. I saw it. So like, it's has he already used the Orlumbus's effect, or should his field spell be standing right
now? Most likely he's already used it. Oh,
well, he's got Sabo's effect active too, so it doesn't.
True, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna lose a Bardo off the top.
And we just used.
Yeah. And then we just do a little bit of cleanup. Like, you know, that Luffy kind of needs to go away. We're gonna lose a blocker and a Kong Gun.
And it's good that it went away because, yeah, there it goes.
Yep. And then you know what? That blocker, I'd like it to get off the board.
Now we do have 6 characters on board now.
We do have 6 characters on the board, so.
All right, we got it.
Okay, and we see that. Okay. Pretty solid, pretty solid. Now Rebecca's in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
But this could go bad. Depending on what Whitebeard's already showed us. He has reach. So the question is, does he have more?
You know, I think that the attack last turn really put us on we have more.
Put us on what?
On we have the more.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think not letting yourself go to 0 was like indicating well that you knew that.
Yep.
So impressed with that.
You have the Sabo too, which means that leader is not getting through.
True. You have.
And we just cleaned off the blocker. So if Whitebeard doesn't establish a blocker, we could put this Kong gun on something else.
We could put it on Sabo.
We put it on Sabo.
Sabo's a great.
If Sabo makes it the cycle, I don't know that.
I don't know
Sabo's
that there's
making
a
it the
world
cycle.
where we don't in the turn with that Sabo in play.
You might just not have a choice.
I think you'll have a choice. I think you'll have. I think you'll have the option based on all the variables presented right now.
Right. Well, one rush Luffy, you might not have that Sabo on the board.
Now that would certainly be something different. But I also think that Rebecca's been drawing cards the whole game. I think there is some number that some number of Dawn that will be put on the Newgate leader.
There is something that you're not considering that might clear this Sabo, and it's the card that he is considering. We have left 7 Dawn open.
Okay. Well, I hope to see it. Looks like Rebecca has about 3 cards left in hand.
Yep, and Rebecca took it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, Rebecca pretty confident. Like, I can get out of an 8K Luffy swing.
Right, but
Yeah.
you put your opponent on having to do it, and they've been pretty antsy about tapping their Dawn.
Oh, and we see Whitebeard's just going to go ahead and pass with 6 Dawn up.
Correct.
Did he put 4 on the Nami instead of 3? Yeah, he put 4 on the Nami.
4 on, yeah.
I see. Go ahead and free clear that Nami.
Yeah.
Rebecca showing stronger than Nami. It's the sword.
I mean, I think this matchup gets interesting when you spend your early turns adding visible Kongs to your hand. Your opponent has to go, well, the end game is going to look like me tapping a lot.
Yeah, need to respect that. Need to keep the Dawn up,
and
for sure.
Can the Rebecca player punish that line by drawing enough blockers to every turn? I'm just going to invalidate what you're doing.
And
so
honestly,
far,
we just and we do just get in a situation where we're like, okay, we're gonna Kong gun
the Kyros.
So
I like it. Lets you keep your Sabo up.
It does. No, for sure. Now the question is, what do we put behind this? And the answer is nothing.
I agree with this. I mean, this turn, all you're doing, this entire turn, is just poking and saying, hey, I'm going to get all those cards out of your hand. Let's get it.
Yeah, Red Hawk the Rebecca. No real loss.
Kyros did go up to 11, so that's going to take us up to 10, 12, this Sanji.
1 for 2, but really a 2 for 2 because the Rebecca fell off the board. Good foresight on the Rebecca player to use the Rebecca to attack the Nami first.
Yep. Well, it wasn't really foresight so much as the Nami search added Red Hawk.
No, I know, but he still remembered. Right. He saw how the turn was going to go there.
I
didn't say a read. I said
the memory
foresight.
required to play Rebecca is, it sets a different standard than other decks because, at some point in the game, the match does devolve into you stacking the entirety of the bottom of your deck, and you have to remember the order of all the cards.
Now, we're at a situation where Rebecca has no life left. So Rebecca desperately needs a blocker this turn.
Well, not only down to 0 life, but 1 card in hand.
3 cards in hand.
+2. We are at 3 cards.
We are.
They're just stacked very neatly into a pile of 1.
They are stacked very neatly into a pile
one
of 1.
Pile of 1 card in hand,
Right.
maybe the same as 1 pile of 8 cards.
We've got an AK or Lumbus coming across the table. Whitebeard saying, not really worried.
And that's an 8K Gyros coming across. Let's go to 9. All right.
Yep. And then I guess we're just going to... I don't
1
know.
Dawn open. You just... Oh, you can leader ability. Yeah, we don't... I think we've got enough stage by 1. We can't have 2 Coliseums.
Right. Yeah, that Dawn is definitely tapped.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of irrelevant.
And we're swinging with the Sabo. Uh-oh.
I don't like the Sabos.
Well, game's over.
Interesting.
Maybe he just couldn't get out of it, afraid of a Luffy. I don't know. But the game is definitely over now.
Interesting.
All right, we're gonna see Ace come down, and that'll be game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, up until that Sabo swing, I was pretty confident, and then the Sabo swing happened. I'm like, okay, well, it's gone down a little bit. That's all right. But yeah, I mean, I think the Newgate player was really positioned with all of the events. He was playing it very smart, never really getting too aggressive. Even when his opponent had just 3 cards left in hand, still wasn't really being too aggressive. and that's
choosing to play a rusher instead of putting the 7 Dawn on his leader to swing at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Just patience. Just patience.
It's a lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
Yeah, and I think he got rewarded for seeing all the patience there. So, I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Good game, guys. Go report it to Pac-Man, that judge who brought you over here. You know the judge who brought you over here, Pac-Man? Go report to him.
Is the winner playing on the next game?
Yeah. I'll keep you. Yeah, it's fine. We'll keep him.
Yeah, tell him
Yeah.
we're keeping you there. Okay. I'm sure you all heard that anyway, but Whitebeard will be on again.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I think what's important is that we represent the meta, and unfortunately, Newgate still is the meta. I mean, you have a deck that's super forgiving to pilot up against, I think one of its worst matchups has to be Rebecca, because Rebecca can just play the Luffy and then swing twice when it goes to 0. And 100% we should have seen it just happen. Like 1,000,000% on the turn where he played Newgate plus Tony Chopper, we should have seen Luffy come down, swing on the Chopper, and then restand the Luffy and pass back to the Newgate player. We would have been in a really awkward situation, but we would have untapped on Rebecca's side with a Luffy stood. We would have had that Luffy with 2 Kongs in hand, and there is absolutely, I don't care how many cards.
1 Kong.
I don't care how many cards. Well, one Kong plus all my other 7 Dawn. There is
plus 13. That's a 20. 20 twice. You're not
correct. It doesn't matter how many cards Newgate has in hand. You're not getting out of that 40k attack. So that is how the matchup should have concluded. But unfortunately, it didn't. But that's okay. I mean, it is tough to think about all the math that goes into that. Especially Rebecca's hand was like kind of dwindling there at the end, and I'm sure that the Newgate was kind of a scary play. And against Newgate too, your Bartholomews are a lot weaker. So, but those are the risks that you have to take against the Newgate when you're playing Rebecca. But I think that because of your Luffy, because of your Kongs, you have a much better chance against Newgate than a lot of other decks do. I mean, you kind of have a built-in kid leader effect, right?
Yeah.
And I know that in set 3, a lot of people were saying like, hey, I can use kid leader to take down some Newgates, and we actually did start to see that pop back up at the end, as well as the Odin resurgence. So.
Yeah, but we'll represent the meta. It's only set 2, right?
It's only set 2 with all these leaders out here that are really representing set 4 well. I mean, I think Queen actually did have like a strong showing. I think that deck is very well positioned. The issue with a lot of the set 4 leaders is that it introduces control, and players have to then play control on a 35-minute round timer, and it's very difficult to do that. So unfortunately, because of the meta of tournament structure, we do have. Hey, pal, real quick. Sorry, could I get your name real quick? Landon.
He said Logan, not Landon.
Okay, attack me then. Damn.
Why did you default to Landon?
I don't know any Logans, and I know mirror match.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really invigorating gameplay.
All right, thank you so much for your name.
Thank you. All right, we've got an exciting match here. Steven was talking about representing the meta. We're going to represent it perfectly here. It is
so hard.
Whitebeard versus.
You might even regret it.
Yeah, they might not have heard anything you just said.
Or everything I said.
Yeah, it's possible. I didn't hear it in the microphones.
Wow, what are you, the mic wizard?
I don't know. But yeah, no, Whitebeard versus Whitebeard, Steven. Are you excited about this?
I'm always excited for this.
Yeah, no, I am. I think the Whitebeard versus Whitebeard matchup matters a lot into who goes first. And mirror matches generally bring out a lot of skill.
It's true.
Like the better player tends to win the mirror match. The better plays tend to win the mirror match. And so it'll be very exciting to see that here.
Yeah, I don't know or believe in what you just said, but I think
what?
I think they're gonna roll dice, and that might determine the victory here.
All right, everybody. I'm over here trying to say that this is gonna be a great match, and Steven's like, just watch the dice roll and then tune out for 20 minutes. Thank you, Steven.
Well,
thank you. You're so encouraging.
There you go. All right.
Okay, Whitebeard won the dice roll, so Whitebeard will go first and Whitebeard will go second.
That's true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of them does have the upper hand in that they have a very expensive leader.
That is true. One of them. Oh, okay, but gonna start with a Nami.
I swear, from this angle, that Dawn looks proxy.
No, it's not proxy. It's murder. Actually, is what that is.
True. I mean, that is one of the most vicious Dawn we've ever seen. Probably will ever seen.
It is. The blood is dripping from his claws.
One Piece is it like tonally? Is it very violent? I mean, I know there's a lot of fighting, but
Literally, no one dies ever unless you're in a
ever.
flashback or named specifically Ace.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh
yeah.
no, spoilers for something 15 years old at this point. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he gets a hole punched in, right?
He sure does.
Who does that to him?
A Kainu.
Kaido does it?
No, a Kainu. Magma Bro.
I don't even know who that is yet. Well, until they introduce.
You know what? I can explain this to Steven very easily.
No.
The guy, the 6 cost,
Prince
no,
Zuko?
the 5 cost 6K black card Navy. Discard a card, kill something that costs like 5 or less or something. Kainu. Sakazuki.
I kind of know what you're talking about.
Sakazuki.
Sakazuki. Oh, I know. Wait, no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Sakazuki
Sakazuki.
punched a
Magma
hole.
Bro, the guy with the magma hand. Yeah, magma beats fire. Okay, so anyway, Frankie's come down
Through Ace?
through him, quite through him actually.
I can't wrap my. I mean, Sakazuki is a very cool, powerful card, but I had no idea.
He can kill Ace. It's pretty crazy.
What?
Mm-hmm.
He literally
Black
can't.
reduces cost.
Oh, true.
And so, like, Ace didn't
Is that what
stand a
happened in the
chance.
show?
Yeah, it is. It is actually what happened in the show.
Oh, okay. Wow. Incredible.
Okay, we're gonna counter out of that attack, and Whitebeard's gonna go ahead and just do Whitebeard stuff. Now it's Whitebeard's turn. Whitebeard just saw Whitebeard play.
Can you
A
please
4/6.
use their names?
You're right. I'm sorry.
Edward.
I'm sorry. Newgate has now swung
It's
with Frankie.
Edward. I named my son Edward.
Edward.
Not after Edward Newgate, though.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
Is Eddie's full name Edward?
it is. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very adorable.
Hmm. So we're actually pretty much seeing the same so far. Oh, we're gonna drop a
Yeah.
Marco. All right, we're gonna pay 6. Is this a Thatch? Are we snatching the Thatching? We are.
I mean, that's a really powerful curve.
That is. That's why going second is so strong here.
So strong. I mean, we're going up to 7 here.
Because now Whitebeard can't play Thatch, even though Whitebeard played Thatch. Like, how do you respond to Thatch? Oh no, we're at 7 Don. Never mind.
Correct. We can play.
We can
Thatch, yeah.
respond to his Thatch with a Thatch.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. We can.
Are you getting confused right now?
No, I'm just wondering why you're confused, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Do we see? Okay, a 1K counter out.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yep.
And then Luffy's going to come across, so we can get another 1K.
Oh, another Thatch.
No, one way to take out a Thatch is to just
It's
make
from
your
the
opponent
hand.
discard
Yeah,
it. Yep.
it is. Yeah. You know what?
Perfect.
There is a Thatch in the trash there. By the way, Steven, Thatch is in a flashback.
Oh, so it probably died. All right, we're going to put the Luffy on the
You could
table.
actually say Thatch set a lot of things in motion.
End the turn, and Newgate's going to take 1 from their life, going down to 1. So
Yep.
Logan's starting the turn at 2 here,
Yeah. Will we
going
see?
up to 8.
Will we see Whitebeard try to beat Whitebeard this turn?
I think he's positioned very well to do so. The
Ooh,
Otama coming down is going to
Otama.
make the
Luffy an easy target.
Frankie's going to be 2K over, and the Thatch is going to be 2K over as well. So
Well, the
this is-
Thatch is 4K over now.
well, 4K over the Luffy, but or
You mean over the?
Rush
Yeah, I
Luffy,
see.
yeah.
I see. I see.
Yeah, they both get.
You don't have a lot of faith in this Luffy making it through this first attack, do you?
Well, I mean, I kind of do. The problem is this is a lot of cards from Alan's hand.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's one way to kind of
So-
salvage it, to be honest.
Yeah, but now you're tapped out. Oh no, he still has a life. I thought you
Still
said he
has a
went to
life.
0. He goes to 0 next turn. Okay, so you're still pretty safe.
Yeah, I mean, you can try and hit life, but I don't think that's like you're not going to win the game that way.
No. It's interesting there, protecting the Luffy that's a lot easier to clear instead of protecting the Luffy that isn't.
Yeah, I think that's true, but
Mhm.
that Luffy might feel important to
Okay.
you.
All right. Well, you know what?
That one's 4.
That
Like,
one's-
it costs 5.
If the cards didn't all have the exact same name.
Oof.
All right. You know
yeah,
what?
that one hurts.
Yeah, that one does hurt. Whitebeard did not want to see that Luffy come down on Whitebeard's side.
No, and this is a
And
10
then this
on
is
the Luffy.
that's a dead Luffy.
Oof. And it's going to be really difficult to climb back out of
Yeah,
this one.
it definitely is.
Now, you could do so. The upside here is that you're going to go to your opponent's going to go to 0 life, and you are only being asked, hey, can I get out of this attack?
Yep.
And if I can, then I have another chance to push on my opponent. Can they get out of the attack?
Now, there's no reason to swing on the leader here, because that last damage gets taken.
I mean, you have one attacker, and he'll just take it. Exactly.
There's no point. So, but it's very hard without pantsing up, as you like to call it.
Yeah,
to clear a dude on the board.
You could put some pants on the Nami. I mean, she's never had that before, but
I mean, it's
we just don't see the bottom half on the card. That's the only issue.
No, she's actually in jeans in that artwork, I believe.
Oh, actually,
she's wearing the most pants.
You're right. We've seen it in the alt art Nami.
Yeah.
Which I never had one, so I couldn't confirm.
You have the sleeves before you sell them to George.
I did have the sleeves. All right. I mean, we have a lot of decisions to make. I mean, like I said, this is like one of the critical portions. Newgate gets right there at the end and has some lines where, hey, I could be a little bit more risky, or I can just play conservatively, keep all my Dawn open. And I mean, we saw Alan make the right choice last time consistently.
Yes, we did.
Will we see him do it again?
He's so far behind right now.
It's tough.
Like, even you kind of need to Newgate this turn to not drop to 0, but then you have no Dawn left up, so you probably still drop to negative.
Well, it's a lot more forgiving, right? Because
it is, because you're buffed as well.
You're buffed, and you actually have like one free.
Oh, we put some pants on the Nami.
That's a full suit.
That is, and it did nothing.
No, that's a full suit there. All right. Okay.
All right, and that would have been a great card 6 seconds ago.
Alan running back the strats that we saw against Rebecca.
Yep.
I think that play was fine. I mean, you swing once, you get a card out of Logan's hand. You swing again. What, we got 2?
Yeah, we got 2.
So that's 3 cards. That's 3 potentially 2 Ks out of Logan's hand.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Logan drops to 0 this turn.
A lot softer on the following turn, so you do have to worry about, is 16 going to be able to get through?
All right, we just see a couple 6s come across the table here. Do we see an 18?
Possibly.
It's quite possible. We're going to go ahead and burn. Ooh, a 2K falls out of the hand. Now you know your opponent's hand is like all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But they also have a lot of Dawn.
They do. Well, no, what I'm saying is their hand is like all defense.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, we do. We can. Yeah. So, yeah, it's the question now. It's like, if I go all in and this doesn't work, uh-oh. But if I give him another turn, uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look, the fun part is it doesn't look great from either player's perspective.
Okay, we're only going to see a 10 come across.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big hit there. Like
I mean,
said,
you're trying to get 2 cards out of your opponent's
hand. That's exactly
hand.
right.
Yeah.
That's 100% right.
And that's exactly what we see. And you do, in fact, get 2 cards out of the hand. Now, the Otama, we can't put pants on her, because she's gone now.
We saw a red Hawk plus a guard point.
We did. That tells us it's very telling of the hand.
To get out of 10.
Yes, it's very telling of the hand.
Whoa.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Now,
no blocker.
You could not have expected to get that combination of cards.
No, you're probably okay to see that if you are Newgate. By the way, I just want to point out the fact both of their last life was a chopper.
Yeah. Serendipity there.
Yeah. Okay, and we're putting pants on this Nami.
Nami comes across for 6 there. Or is that set? No, it's 6.
That's 6.
Got a 2K. Yep. And then another 6.
We're going to see 6 come across the table, and you know what? Nah, not today. Do we see a Luffy for 7? We sure do. All right, last attack in the game. And there's the fist bump of you win the game.
All right, got out of it, and Logan's going to advance to the next round.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really a baton pass from Newgate to Newgate.
It is, yeah. So Whitebeard won.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could have predicted that Whitebeard was going to win that game.
I do think the alt leader gets passed to his opponent at this point.
It should be, right? It should be. You have earned the alt leader.
Yeah. So bear with us just a moment here. We will see we'll see Logan advance to the next round here on camera, and we will grab his opponent in just a moment. Rapid fire games here on the side events.
That's good. You like to see it.
Single limb, so there's not a lot of downtime.
No, not at all. Lots of Whitebeard, so it's going fast.
A lot of white. I mean, true.
I believe the finals is next.
Are these 3-round events?
I believe Winnaboxes are 8 players.
8 players. So what, we go 4? So we go 8, 4.
4, 2, 1. So it'd be the last round.
So the 3 rounds. Yeah.
3 rounds. Yeah.
I can't do math. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I got you.
Pro. Okay, yeah. And realistically, another Winnabox will fire immediately after.
Oh yeah,
so.
Absolutely, and it'll probably continue to fire.
Beautiful fire event. Fire events here.
Beautiful
fire events. Yeah, exactly. They've got like the fire tournament.
I'm sorry. What was that, Steve?
I'm struggling with words. It's the end of the day. We're here just to give you guys more One Piece action. That's really.
We've been here.
What it's all about.
We've been here. Mostly Steven.
I got here at like 7 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah, that was your decision, wasn't it?
Basically, I've not stopped.
Oh, no. I was at work at 7 a.m. yesterday in a completely different state.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Logan, hey, Logan. Can we keep you here? We'll describe your next opponent. Perfect. Yeah.
Yep. So the finals will be Whitebeard versus... What's your prediction?
TBD?
What is your prediction? What do you think is going to be in the finals against Whitebeard?
Well, I'll tell you, it's the finals, right? So it's going to be something insanely broken. Probably Newgate.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that a lot of these. Now, I actually did see walking around the Winnabox tables. Nikki was like, I don't know, he's been like a 3 Swords Productions favorite for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
He's on Law. Or he was back when we found him in set 2 and we followed set 3. He was still playing Law.
You can still play it in set 4 too. Really, not much.
And going into set 5, we've already seen that
already
it's playable.
Just continue to play it. Yeah.
Hopefully he's
maybe
doing
they'll get a new
in
card.
his side events. I don't think that he's in this Winnabox, but hopefully he's doing well in whatever he's playing. But I would love to have him on stream again if we can get it. So.
Well, I think as we go into the finals, you typically see your finals as either Whitebeard or a deck designed to beat it, right?
Right.
So I think if you're the Whitebeard player going into the finals, you kind of just hope that you get a mirror match.
You hope for that?
I think so. I think you hope for the mirror match. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to play an uphill battle.
Why is that?
Because the other person has probably played through at least 2 Whitebeards at this point.
I think 100% of the time they've played through some mirror matches there. All right.
Right.
I'm going to be
so
right
I think
back.
You want the mirror match because it's...
I need to adjust one camera real quick.
Oh, the OCD's kicking in again. All right, you're going to see a good shot of Steven there. And I don't know that he even adjusted anything. I believe it looks exactly the same. So he's going to walk back and move it a little bit more. Oh, okay. All right. There we go. There we go. I mean, hysteresis, it definitely just went right back down to the same position, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's certainly a little. It's different for sure. Until
he's literally lying right now.
Until he sits up.
Whatever, man. All right. I'm gonna go check in with Pack and see how much longer we have until the next one. So you can keep talking about the meta as you see it in
Dragon Ball. Sure, I
got
DBS,
this. Yep.
All right, Steven's gonna go grab the last match here. I don't know. I think this meta is certainly something that can be a bit divisive, but it is interesting to see all of these decks sort of pivot to beat Whitebeard. And so you'll see 6Ks in a lot of decks. You see Zoro really not the most popular red deck in the room, but do very well in a lot of events because your leader answers the Whitebeard very easily. It certainly, you're always swinging for 6K with your leader, so the pressure on Whitebeard can add up, and you have a lot of the same defensive tools that Whitebeard has as well. And you can take turns off to clear the board, and that's what you see a lot of players do, is actually just take turns off, clear the board, and then when Whitebeard inevitably puts itself to 0, you go in for the game. I do like seeing the green Dofi, the green-purple Dofi deck, the blue-yellow Queen deck, see Katakuris. There's a variety in the meta for sure. It's just, unfortunately, it is a lot of Whitebeard and Law and so much red in general. Okay, we have our last player here. I'm going to get his attention real quick. Excuse me, buddy.
Oh, no, he's talking first. Trying to split.
What's he on?
Nothing, they're good.
What's he on?
I think they were Big Mom. No, Katakuri, right? Katakuri.
Oh, and we have in our finals Newgate versus Katakuri. That's pretty cool.
Loser.
All right, so we've got Katakuri, the yellow deck. Katakuri can pressure Whitebeard decently enough because he does like to swing for 6 as well. So his leader does incentivize that, and you can see a lot of powerful triggers come off, but those triggers are just 5Ks, and so Katakuri will have to invest on in a lot of those swings. But the longer the game goes, the more that he can play his big boss monsters, his top end, his Big Mom, his other Big Mom, his Yamato 9-drops if it's in the deck. He's got certainly a lot of top end that he can use here in this match, and all of it answers Whitebeard's board very well. Even using something like an 8-drop Katakuri to put Thatch, for example, back on top of Whitebeard's life, the next turn Whitebeard will just take that life again and go back to 0. So you just sort of make it go away for a turn. It's the equivalent of putting it back in your opponent's hand on a delay.
On a delay.
On a delay, yes. Thank you, Steven, for joining back with your insight there. Who do you think's going to win this match, Steven?
Katakuri.
Katakuri? You think so, huh? You're very confident in that. You think the Katakuri is designed to beat the Newgate?
No, I just think I'm 3 for 3 for calling out who's going to win. So I'll tell you,
last round you did call that Whitebeard was going to win, and Whitebeard did win.
And so did you, and somehow you got it wrong, and I got it right.
I don't know that that's facts.
That's
but I'm too tired to fact check. So sure.
Yeah.
Now you said you wanted Rebecca to win round 1, and Rebecca did not win round 1.
Well, I said I wanted to, but now if you'll recall the way you just phrased it, I did not say that they were going to. I just said that I wanted them to. So now you got outed by your own wording.
You were definitely a Rebecca rider on that first round.
I mean, you ride or die, right?
Yeah. Well, she did not successfully ride. Unfortunately,
so I died.
So you died.
Yeah. I mean, if you look behind you, that's where I lie.
That's where you lie.
Right. When I told you that Rebecca was going to win, I lied to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So puns.
Yes, clever.
I don't know about clever, but puns. Puns for days. Those are some gorgeous Yamato sleeves.
They are, and you've got the Uda sleeves as well for the Don.
Oh, true. I was like, what are you even talking about?
The Uda hand thing.
Yeah.
This hand thing here. She does this.
Is that air quotes that you've got going?
Yeah, she's got 5-finger air quotes. That's what she does.
Okay, 5-finger air quotes. Got it.
All right, we got a pudding coming down.
Remarkable.
We're going to look at the top 4
Let's
here.
go, Logan. Right. Let's go. Newgate.
And pudding. I could not see what pudding added there, but I'm sure it was a Big Mom Pirate.
Yeah, correct. I mean, I also missed that, but those are the rules of the game. So we're going to see Newgate just...
Okay, Newgate just passed. No.
Well,
no
not
Nami.
Just passed. Got two Don and Drew cards.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
That's true. No Nami this
Ramping,
time.
drawing cards. I mean, you got to... In other card games, you got to play cards for that.
You do.
This one you just...
Well, not all of the other card games.
Yeah.
Most card games let you draw a card at the start of your turn.
He drew 2.
He did. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look at the opponent's life.
Yeah. Swing 8?
Yeah, no, you can have
swing
it.
7.
And Whitebeard's like, I'll look at it too. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're going to see the 2K Sanji come down. Now,
2K Sanji.
Steven, remind me, what does that card do?
Let's look it up together, okay? Let's do that. I don't recall. Honestly, I have not played against Law.
So what it does is it adds a card from life to put the top card of your deck in your life. It draws a card in the most weird way possible.
Well, I think it draws a card, but you don't have to call it weird.
I do have to call him weird. All right, so we see Monkey D. Luffy coming down there. And back to Kata. Kata's got one Don sort of separated off to the side. Oh, and Steven's going to put the Sanji up.
Oh, I'm putting the Sanji up. You best believe.
That's nice, Steven. That's small enough that neither of us can read it.
Well, we don't need to read it.
You said, let's read it together, and then you put the most pixelated image
but then
of
you
Sanji
told
on the board.
me what it did, and I was like,
tell
okay,
you
I
what it
got
did.
you. You're right. But what if someone out there doesn't know what it does?
I just said what it does.
We're here for them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. We're gonna go ahead and lightning punch.
Okay.
And what is that? Is that one bad day Sanji's alt art?
I don't think so. I think that's the 9 cost.
That is a Sanji, sir.
In the discard?
Yeah.
Oh.
That is a Sanji. I believe that's one bad day Sanji's alt. I don't know. It's tough to tell. And there was a Beige.
It may have been.
Frankie.
It may have been this alt.
Yeah, it could have been.
Might have been that. Difficult.
I think it was the alt art of the 4/5, but
it could have been. Yeah, very well could have been.
Mm-hmm.
I would believe either one at this point.
I mean, we see the alt art Kata. We see the alt art Pudding. No reason to assume it's not an alt art. There's the alt art Beige. Okay, Kata's gonna big think here. You know, we're on 7 Don. We're getting to those boss monster turns. Being on the odd curve means we could see an 8-drop Kata come down next turn and still get the leader effect. And we've also seen Kata is just focusing mainly on looking at his opponent's life. Maybe we'll actually see him look at his own life this time. We will.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, he probably knows that last card.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point, right?
I mean, it's going to hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll know it soon enough when he discards it for a counter out.
Yep.
And we've seen so many Red Hawks over the course of this win box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's almost like he played the Sanji just to get Red Hawk.
It does feel that way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this time specifically.
Oh, this time specifically, it was quite that. But
yeah. That's
okay, we're gonna see 7.
Okay, the new Parasparrow.
Oh, 6 because he put one on his leader. Yep.
Yeah.
Parasparrow, the 6/8 Thatch.
The 6/8 Thatch.
Thatch is also a 6/8. Yeah, it's
True.
this. He's the 6/8 Thatch. He's the yellow version of it.
Whatever.
Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to put pants on Frankie, but you can't actually put pants on Frankie, so you can only put 1 Don.
Swing 7 though, which is pretty nice,
7
and that's
is.
gonna
That's
say
a damage.
Yeah, Osmond's gonna say, "Hey, I'll just take that.
Yep.
Conserve the cards in my hand. I don't need to counter out of this. I'd like to draw a card, please. That
Yeah.
sounds great.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and here's 7. We're gonna
Here's
ask the
7
same
more.
question.
Mhm.
Would you like to draw another card?
No.
This
This
time,
time
no.
we're gonna go ahead and discard 2.
I mean, 2 cards is a lot though. That one doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good when you just took, you know.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Here
well,
comes starter Luffy. And you know what? Let's do 7 more.
Hey, 7 enough was good enough to get you to draw 1 card. How about again?
It was, yeah.
Let's see.
Again and again and again.
Yeah. These rushers are big, but you know what's a little
Whitebeard
bit bigger?
is completely
Open.
tapped out.
Open. Open.
Oh, no.
Open for business, baby.
Open for
Let's
business.
go. Let's
The
see.
Parasparrow. Uh-oh.
We've got to choose a swinger.
Will he go for the kill here? That's the question. That's a lot of cards in Whitebeard's hand.
Right. So, I mean, there's a lot of calculations that goes into this.
There are.
You know, it's more than just, see shiny thing, right?
Yeah.
Because you can certainly go that route. But what you have to ask is, where am I left if, you know, I don't get the thing I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Like, where does that leave me, right?
Yeah.
That's important. And
Where's
he's
the 8
saying,
on the
you know,
Frankie?
Osmond is saying, I don't like where it puts me, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go a different route.
All right, we're going to get out of that, and then we're going to just attack that Frankie again. Definitely not attacking the leader here. We don't want to give that Luffy back.
Right. We went down that road last turn. We'll pass things.
Yeah.
He'll draw on a
so you know what?
step.
You can get it at the end of your turn,
Right.
and you can't do
It'll
anything
just be
with
a
it.
dead card in your hand. It doesn't counter. We already know about it.
Mhm.
You know. Now it gets awkward if he does play 9-drop.
It does. It does get very awkward. If he has it.
You know. So that's. A
I mean, from Katakuri's perspective, though, you've got some big bodies on the board.
True.
You've got a 6/8, an 8/8,
2
a
8Ks.
pudding cess supporting them from the back.
You know, each 8K attacker is going to be 2 cards out of your
It
hand.
is.
So.
Or a spell.
Right, or event.
Yeah, that. Which requires a Dawn.
It does. So you can actually kind of do math to see how many your opponent could possibly have. But that, you know, but putting them on, hey, you need to event out of this means that they can only do so much with their turn.
Yeah.
So your hand might be weaker, but you know, they have to kind of play around. How much Dawn do I need to leave open for my events?
Yep. Now, Kata knows his life. He knows both of his life. So we're gonna take that 7.
Can't quite see what he picked up there. It's okay. Okay. Well, shouldn't be doing that, but that's okay. Sparrow into play.
Yeah, Whitebeard's probably not too upset. Honestly, it's 2 cards out of the opponent's hand.
I mean, those are big facts, and it requires a Dawn to swing up, so it's not like the end of the world. But you know, honestly, at the point where you pick up cards, you really cannot put those out on the table.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But you know, nothing nefarious here. Just simple game mechanics that got missed, but that's okay. All right, and yeah, now we are doing some quick. How much can I counter out of math? Because you have all.
I mean,
you're gonna have to answer that question a lot in here just in a moment. So.
You are, but 15. I think 15 across the table last turn might have just been the play. When Whitebeard couldn't use any events, you put your opponent on. Gotta have no events in hand, and then to get out of 15, it'd be what, 5 cards.
I can
So
respect
they'd
the
have to have
patience.
5 2Ks.
I mean, either you get, you know, you put yourself in a better position to win on the following turn, and obviously we saw the consequence was you didn't lose.
Right, or you put yourself in a position where Whitebeard leaves up 6 Dawn, and now you can't win.
It's true. Well, you don't know that he can't win.
We're putting Dawn on pudding cess.
I don't. Okay. That's an 8K swing there. He's gonna get 2 cards out of his hand. It looked like he discarded.
That is not an 8K. That was 5 on pudding. That was a 7.
7. Okay, so we got 1 2K. That was our payback for 5 Dawn.
Yep.
Okay. Cashing that one. Cashing all those in. Okay, and here's going to be, you know,
It's like a 6.
We're going wide so that we can get in there. Okay. And this is going to be a 10K coming across.
Yep, so we're going to need to Red Hawk.
That goes up to 10. And
that was actually a 9K.
A 9K, okay.
This is also a 9.
Here's another 9. Okay.
All right.
And I think we're going to see...
We're just going to go ahead and Radical Beam out of that one. That,
no problem there.
Yep. You know, I think the Dawn on the pudding cess could have been better spent on the other attackers.
Well... I think we are going to...
I think Whitebeard just going to put that stack on somebody, and say, he put pants on Frankie.
There we go. That's it. Perfect.
All right, and that is it. It looks like Whitebeard is taking home a box of cards.
Yeah, so let's go reward the players.
Yeah, absolutely.
let's go. All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about the delay.
Are we back? Table's still empty.
Well, the table's, yes, sir. The table is empty. You are correct about that. But that being said, we can now talk about the Newgate match that just happened. And wow. So, I think we saw Katakuri be in the absolute perfect position. Now, someone disagrees. He thinks that Katakuri should have swung for 15 on the previous turn. But I actually liked the play of just, like, you don't know. You can't guarantee that 15 swing is going to be the thing that puts you over the edge and your opponent doesn't have the ability to counter out. They do have a lot of cards in hand. Now, they could easily just do that. Putting the additional 8K into play is going to strip 2 more cards out of their hand. It also removes a threat from the table, so it's less likely that you die. You do have plenty of cards in your own hand. That's perfect.
Fine, but then 4 Dawn on the pudding cess.
So, now, like I said, I disagreed with you about the 15K swing because the next turn you're going to have a lot of 8K, plus your leader swing is going to be 16. Now, you could do it 6, 8, and then you can go 18.
How is your leader 16?
If you put 10 Dawn on your leader. Oh, right, because sorry. Well, 16.
My man has seen so much Whitebeard, he just assumes the base is 6.
10 Dawn on
the leader is 15.
On Katakuri is 15 plus 1 from Katakuri's effect is 16.
Oh, does Katakuri buff himself?
Katakuri, you don't know what Katakuri does?
No.
Katakuri's effect is look at the top card of top or bottom.
Cool.
Sorry, top card and then get plus 1K. Yes, so that would have been a 16K swing.
That would have been a 16K swing.
Moving into the next turn, that would have been a lot of enormous attacks. But we really got to think about Dawn math a lot more and say, like, what does my 1 Dawn equate to? Now, there are instances where you're going to go wide because you know that your opponent, like every single card in their hand is either a 2K or it's an event. In those cases, then having more attacks is correct. But we're talking about going wide with 1 Dawn versus, you always have to think about what's the rate of return on 1 single Dawn.
So about half a card. The rate of return on a Dawn is about half a card.
Now,
For every 2 Dawn, you take 1 more card out of your opponent's hand typically.
Yes.
Or you take a Dawn and an event out of their hand.
Right. So when you look
it's about half a card per Dawn.
Yeah. So when you look at it, and your Charlotte pudding is a 2K, and you put 3 Dawn on it. You put 3 Dawn on it, and you say that now my pudding is a 5K. I should be getting 1.5 cards from my opponent for my 3 Dawn. Now that's average rate of return for 1 Dawn.
Right. But on the Whitebeard, you put 4 on it because you couldn't swing on the Whitebeard.
Right, and that's exactly what I'm getting to.
No, I know.
When you make it a 5K, you've now gotten 0 value because when you swing at a Newgate leader, you're getting 0 cards because they're a 6K leader. You have to put 4 in there to get 1 card.
Yep.
Now that should be, you should have twice as much.
That should be 2 cards.
Should be 2 cards. So, you are just straight up throwing that one away.
Yep.
If you put it on your pudding and swing. Now, if you want to just get 1 card from them, you have accomplished that. But if your goal was to actually like advance the game state, then you have failed at that.
Earlier in the game,
unfortunately, that is what we saw.
Yeah. Early in the game, no attackers. Maybe that's your play to get a card out of your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
But on the kill turn, when you've got these big, beefy 8Ks and your leader, and I think the Dawn definitely gets better spent there.
Correct, yeah. But you know what? That's rough. But
it is what it is.
It is what it is, honestly. So no worries. We have another winning box coming up right after this. Players are currently finishing up their game right now, and then we will be back for more here. So we're kind of just in between things at the moment.
Yeah, we sure are.
Was hoping this would be a little bit more rapid fire, but a lot of players have actually cleared out of the venue at this point. The Digimon and DBS events have both ended, as well as One Piece.
Let's not pretend like DBS had a lot of people, okay?
Well, DBS was a couple of tables in the room.
It was 3 tables.
I think it was 3 tables total.
It was 3 tables. Don't you laugh.
Don't
you laugh.
We are real. I'm not going to legitimize you, sir. Now, I guess I have to for what are going? We're going to the finals again, actually, for another.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Somebody's
going to win a box.
Yeah. Well, you don't know that actually. That's actually factually incorrect. There is a world. There's several worlds.
You mean like where they split?
Where they split.
Or both players cheat?
If both players cheat, get a double DQ, and it goes, hey, the person eliminated before.
Who already left and went to Chick-fil-A.
Why did they go to Chick-fil-A?
Because they lost. They were
Not
sad.
s-
They need that. They need
not
that
s-
sympathy chicken.
Not sponsored here, sir. And they're not going to Chick-fil-A. That would be ridiculous. They're going to get food. I don't know where they get food from.
I just said where they get food from.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. They can go anywhere. You definitely want that sympathy chicken, though.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. He has no idea what to say in response to this. And it is hilarious to
Don't
me.
know.
I don't care if anyone else laughs.
I just don't know where you're going with that.
It doesn't matter.
All right. All right. Here in the downtime, I think let's throw on
A
recent
random game?
a recent episode of Three Swords Productions, and we can actually talk over that one. But let me.
Oh, great. Are you going to put on Zorro versus Whitebeard?
What is the hostility from? I don't understand it. That's
Yes, you do.
why are you being aggressive?
And that's exactly what you're about to put on, isn't it?
No. It was One Piece night the other night
Oh, okay.
on Three Swords Productions.
All right,
we
cool.
do
One Piece
stream-
night. It's
we do
great.
stream off.
What was Alex playing?
What was Alex actually was not there, so.
Oh, you got those fancy hand things.
Oh, I do. Yes, at home they. Look,
I love
they
the
look
fancy hand
fantastic.
things.
So let's see.
Oh, is that Blue Croc versus Rebecca? Man, you just don't like watching Rebecca win, do you?
Apparently not. I actually did this on purpose so that I could watch it lose on, because I kind of felt like, yeah, out of window capture. You talk. I'm gonna do this.
Me talk? All right, I'm watching Steven figure it out. Looks like he figured it out.
Sorta. Yeah.
Sort of.
All we care about.
Yeah, definitely going to hide the tabs there, Steven.
Well, I'm adding a window capture so that we can watch this game together
Yes.
here.
Croc versus Becca.
I mean, honestly, it is a good matchup. It's
No, it
not,
is.
It's
It's
not
great.
bad.
It's
It is a good
better
matchup.
than Whitebeard versus Whitebeard.
That's true. It is more fun than that.
This is a random game. You should just label it random game.
Fine. Random game here coming up.
Logan Newgate is my favorite leader for sure.
Wait, it's not yours?
Okay, that's... Wow, is Rebecca's hand really Sword, World, 2 of the 2K, and another World?
Yeah, it's
Rebecca's hand is horrible.
Sword World. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, let's watch this.
Wow.
Watch this here, studio mode.
While Croc just has all of the Doflamingos.
All right, so yeah, we've got a little bit of so this is a restream game from the other day while we're waiting on the Winnabox players to get ready for their finals here, and as soon as they're ready, we're going to switch away from it.
Yep.
But yeah, and we're using the leader effect for Rebecca here to think about 2 cards. Now we could have Kyros or we could have Stage. I like the Coliseum more in this situation.
You need it. You need it in the early game. Just get it established while you're not having pressure put on you.
I think you have to have it when you go against, because at some point Croc is just going to devolve into bomb, bomb, bomb,
Yep.
bomb, bomb,
Yep.
and you need to have Stage developed in order to play the Luffy profitably, because you're going to Croc will never give you the opportunity to swing with your characters.
Is your opponent playing a Law hat but not a Law deck?
Correct. Now, this is pre-time skip Trafalgar Law equipment that he has on his head.
Yeah.
He's very well prepared to
You know
take
what?
down.
Croc is one of the 7 Warlords of the Sea, and Law becomes one.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah, so no, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so
For like
I don't
2 seconds he becomes one.
I don't know story reasons at all.
And we're going to see Sentamaru on 3.
I like the Senno package in the new Croc build.
Yeah, but I think Rebecca just swords this Sentamaru and moves on with her day.
Possibly, we'll see what that Rebecca player does. I mean, that guy's kind of high on some copium here, so we're gonna find out.
I mean,
real
he's a very handsome Rebecca player for
True.
sure.
I mean, probably the most handsome Rebecca player we've had on camera all day today.
It's a top 2.
Top 2, you said.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Top 2.
All right, so Rebecca gets to go again. See, the camera's really focused on that Croc hand. All right, there we go. And it looks like we're going to go ahead and make the Cinnamaro go away.
Yeah, so 3 swords there. And, you know, as you called it, just get it off the table before you can even use the Dawn. I was actually thinking about just letting him sink the Dawn into it and then answering everything he puts out with it. But chose not to. You know, there's no reason to, like, really risk it, air quotes. You can just answer answer everything.
Yep.
At some point, like, oh my gosh, he's actually already holding the 10-drop Kaido in hand. That card is beautiful.
It is.
And we're going to stack the top 5 cards of our deck here. And Red Rock into Mihawk. Oof.
Oh, no.
Those are power plays. Exactly what I was talking about before. You know, there's a world where Croc never really gives you the answer, gives you the time to swing with your characters. So it's super important to have the stage so that your Luffys can be impactful here.
And, you know, Rebecca really needs to establish the Orlumbus so that she has enough Dawn to answer some of these bombs.
Yeah.
And it just goes away, and that's kind of rough. So you want to like hold your Orlumbus, but still at least put a toy soldier on the board or something, so you need less Dawn to clear.
Correct. Yeah.
And then Croc is like, wow, you used 3 cards. Bomb.
Bomb, exactly. And it's on curve bombs too, like Kaido or Mihawk.
Or both. Or the next one, you know, the next turn, let's use Kaido again.
Honestly, I think a lot of the decks that can go 10-drop, 10-drop, 10-drop are well-positioned, and that's kind of where the power creep is happening at the top end of the game. I love that, by the way.
Yeah.
I love the tap-out power creep. Like, that feels really good as far as, like, playing these mid-rangey games. We're starting to see the kind of the payoff. We just need, you know, Newgate has crept out of the meta, like, well, in power level. I think the power level of Newgate overall is coming down. I think that we've seen a lot of matchups where...
Oh, yeah? That's cool. So from tier 0 to, like, 0.5?
Well, I think from tier 0 to tier 1, for sure, solidly.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I think in the previous round, we saw Newgate positioned to lose.
Yeah, and...
and unfortunately, Katakuri was not rewarded for playing poorly. But, you know, that's okay. It happens.
Yeah. Okay, so we have... Is that a double Orlumbus in hand? That sure is. And you're like, I would really like to establish one of these.
This is where Croc can really get you.
And then Croc is like...
Orlumbus is one of those cards that has to just sit there, basically.
Yep.
And Croc is never going to give that to you.
And these Luffys are cute, but you can't just slam them down. They need to be responding to something.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to stay.
You do have solid turns of Orlumbus plus Kyros or Orlumbus plus Leo. And I actually like that with our Rebecca in round 1 of that Winnabox, where he was focusing more on Orlumbus plus Leo rather than Kyros. It's something that my game can really improve on.
Yeah. So I'm seeing Orlumbus swinging on the Dofi. Do you think this is really necessary here?
Well, in my mind, I'm never going to get to use my Orlumbus, so I wanted to use it for something.
So you're just using it as a character
resource,
rusher here.
Yep.
And the Dofi gets protected. Now, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either. I mean, there's a lot of lines that happen here that I'm not a big fan of. We're going to see in this game, I think, a Cinnamaro touch the table and then just get really aggressive.
Just get really aggressive.
But I can't never really answer it. Unfortunately, he did pick up a Red Rock there, which is fantastic for him. Yeah.
Okay, we're on 7, so.
Whatever we do,
Orlumbus has a chance to survive this turn unless you just put some pants on him, on your leader, or you know what, just sword it.
We're on 7. We've got Mihawk, and we've got Kaido after that. Wouldn't it be grand if we just 3 swords, the Orlumbus, and then played Dofi and just prepared to be able to keep doing the thing that we wanted to do?
Maybe go 5 on the Orlumbus first, get a card out of the hand.
True. I mean, you can actually win every world, and you're probably going to get a card out of my hand as well.
Yeah.
I do really want my Orlumbus.
Or at the very least, burn a resource.
And the Croc went face instead. Kind of a.
I don't agree with that because you're just boss monster deck.
Right. So you don't need to go face. You kind of just want to control the board.
Yeah.
But of course, if he's going to swing 5 on me, I'm going to take that.
Sure. And now we have the second Dofi. Really didn't necessarily need to defend the first one, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's just. Another Mihawk, another
perfect.
world.
I mean, you can
Croc is happy.
Stack this so you can go Mihawk Doflamingo again. You just keep doing that over and over until your opponent taps out.
Croc just eats this matchup. You remove every one of Rebecca's threats, and Rebecca can't attack you. You usually just win the game with 1 card in hand and 5 life.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see this again in this matchup. Like Croc has a very easy time. If you can go for Doflamingo early in the matchup, then you can really certainly get there. It's tough. Yeah, it's really tough.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and pass our turn here. We have 3 removals in our hand.
Yeah, and they're
They're good
and
removals too.
They're equipped with a lot of power also.
They are.
Mihawk
Some
at
of those are
9K,
Mihawks.
Kaido at 12K. We're going to see a Mihawk coming off the top of the deck here in just a moment.
Yeah. You know, Mihawk out here earning that paycheck.
Yeah, and we do have the ability to go wide, but it's like Shigi and Leo and
It's not great.
And Bart, it just doesn't, it doesn't do what you want.
I remember you saying how much you hated Tashigi when last we met.
Correct, and this stream specifically confirmed that for me. Tashigi,
He's like, I still hate it.
I really don't like Tashigi in this deck. I don't think it fits, but it is what it is.
Okay, so is this Luffy just going to clear both Dofis? Probably, right? Like you.
I like the Kaya a lot better than Tashigi. I'll end it on that.
The Kaya?
Kaya, yes.
Oh, the Kaya, the blue one. Yeah.
It's a 2K.
I often forget Rebecca has half blue.
Half blue, yeah. I mean, well, I think we're starting to see Rebecca builds that are majority navy at this point.
Yeah.
So, all right, and we do have our Winterbox players coming up, so we are going to pause this game real quick.
Oh, awesome! The judge just gave us a box. Perfect. This is for us, right? No. Where's the box for the players? Is that one in your hand?
That is that one.
Can you type names for me? I'm gonna go.
Can I type names for you? I suppose so. Excuse me.
What's your name? Kyle? What are you playing?
I'm playing Law.
Law? Yep. Nice. Can I get you on this side? This side.
All right, we're gonna have Law versus.
This might have been our Law Mirror match.
This might be our Law mirror match. Yeah, could be.
Great that up real quick.
This is not a random game. This is a win a box. Oh,
I'll get it.
excuse me. Okay, so it is a Law mirror match. We've got, I believe that was Jack. Okay, we got Jack on Law. Steven is upset at how slowly I am doing this, and he loves to be in control. And yet, I'm going to still finish there. All right, now he's going to have to resituate things.
All right.
Yep. Okay, we got Law versus Law. We have an alt-art leader versus a non-alt-art leader. Will we see a repeat?
Once again. Yep. Will we see a repeat what?
A repeat of where the alt-art Whitebeard versus the regular Whitebeard. I mean, I know for a fact that Law is winning this game. I can feel it in my soul. What about you, Steven? What do you think's winning?
I think Law is going to win.
I think so. Now, here's a very serious question for you. On a percentage basis, how much of these decks do you think are the same? Card for card.
I think that most of the decks is the exact same, probably like 4 or 5 card difference.
Right.
That.
Okay. How many cards do you think are from set 4?
I mean, 0.
Okay,
How many?
3?
How many are from
set 3?
3? Yeah, exactly.
0. Set 2.
Well, we could see some set 3 cards here.
Like what?
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Together.
We'll see a set 2 card probably. Dodon. Curly Dodon.
I like that card.
I think that's the only set 2 card, isn't it?
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, that is what it is, right? But unfortunately, the reality is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has us in the mindset that every set that comes out has to revolutionize the game.
CyberDark Impact would like to beg to
That is
differ.
just not the case. In reality, like, that doesn't always have to be what happens.
True, but I'd like set 4 not to be CyberDark Impact.
We do want for every set to like make a fun impact on the game.
At least one leader.
I think we've gotten the leaders.
Rebecca. I think Rebecca is pretty good out of this. I think Queen's pretty good out of it.
I think Queen is good. I actually think Doflamingo is good, too.
I do.
I think Doflamingo might just be getting like outclassed right now.
A little balance tweak would really open the meta up a bit. I really do think that.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are knobs that they can turn for sure. So, yeah, we'll see if that happens.
All right, both players already at 4 life. That got him. That got him, everybody.
Matt Solo with the commentary.
Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Law opens with Nami. Now, I have a question for you, Steve. Have you ever seen a Law not open with a Nami?
Yeah. When I played Law.
When you play Law, is that why you don't play Law?
I don't play
All
Law.
right. Well, this is what separates.
It feels.
This is what separates the finals laws from the not finals laws. Is if you can open that Nami.
I think there's a lot of skill in between.
Oh my goodness! Look at the chopper too. We are blinged.
It's an expensive deck. Yeah.
Yep.
Now I just saw this on the tables earlier.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at that Law with a Nami. This is peak finals right here.
Well, just both players firing on all cylinders.
Go ahead and grab that Zoro.
True. It's a good pickup.
That Zoro is in a hurry.
I mean, I think this is like one of the key pieces to the puzzle towards the end of the game. So you're looking to pick that up.
Oh, double Nami.
Yeah. Now, there is a downside to doing this, and that is you potentially bottom supernovas that are important to you.
That is true. That is true. You got to think about the most important card in your deck.
I don't know how much you think about it versus like it just happens to you, but that is one consequence to having like that double red starter.
But you probably still double drop Nami there 100% of the time.
It's just
like,
I think
you're still Law.
I think you're just dumping every red drop that you have.
I think so. It's pretty impressive, honestly, seeing double Nami come down like that. We're seeing both players firing on all cylinders right now.
Both.
And then I think the Dodon whiffed, so never mind.
No, that was an Otama.
Oh, an Otama. Okay, good. I didn't see.
Yep. It was very shiny, blinged out Otama.
Oh, a Judge Otama. Well, yes, I expect nothing
Tony
less.
Chopper.
Yep. Now the question is the Dodon pre-stamped?
I think the question is the Chopper earned.
Ooh. Oh, my goodness. Steven is out here for blood.
I think that's the question.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and see a Law swing on Law.
Okay.
Law's going to take the damage.
Yeah. Kyle swung on Jack.
Ooh, Vista.
Okay, I like this. It's great tempo.
And we're going to clear the Dodon instead of the Nami. What do you think about that?
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
I think the Nami can never pick up Bonnie.
I thought Dodon was red 1-drops.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You're right. I don't
think either one of them can pick up a Bonnie, sir.
You're correct. I always forget that line of text.
Yeah.
I mean, and look at them trying to nerf it.
I like clearing the Nami because Dodon costs 2 Don and Nami costs 1 Don. I also think Nami can get more threatening things. Dodon searches for a 1-drop to search for a threat.
Well, I think
whereas Nami searches for a threat.
into Nami.
You can Dodon into Nami. Yeah, but my point is that's more investment and more plays than just the Nami searching for it.
Okay. I think there's a lot of thought that went into that.
So we see Zoro come down, and then we're going to see double Nami come down. My man is like, you know what? I see you have 1 Nami. Here's 2.
Right, and we have 6 Namis on the table right now.
We do have 6 Namis on the table. It's a lot of Nami. Both players have 3 Namis on deck.
6 Namis and 4 different arts.
It is, isn't it? It really is. Oh God, Bonnie.
I'm sorry. That is 5 different arts.
It is technically 5 different arts because one of those Namis says winner on it, the other one does not.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. All right, we're gonna see Bonnie come down. Does Bonnie find the most important card?
That's one of them.
It's one of them. Yeah, it's not.
It's not the one.
It's
because we already have the one.
No, that's not what the card was that you just saw.
It is.
That was the restand.
I know what it is.
Yeah, see.
I knew that.
Boop boop. All right, we're gonna go ahead and. Yeah, did you know that Bonnie is actually Luffy? Just Halloween costume.
I did actually. Yeah, inside of every Luffy is a Bonnie. Two Bonnies in a trench coat. Yeah.
Inside of every Luffy is a Bonnie, but not inside of every Bonnie is a Luffy.
All right, we're gonna swing across for 6 and just net these 2 Ks out of the hand. Sanji is the pitch there. Yep. I think that's fair. I mean, Sanji doesn't really serve the purpose in this matchup.
It does not.
It's just a 2K here.
No, we're not really trying to starve each other out.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, I think Sanji's an excellent addition to the deck because it has such a relevant effect, but also, you don't need it, 2K out of these 6K swings.
Yep.
Otama comes down, probably targeting the Luffy.
It is.
You don't have any blockers, so this is a very good way to get profit off of your Zoro swings.
It is. It absolutely is. And we've got so much Nami.
Yeah, and just like that, we're going to 2K over that. Just makes it impossible to counter out. Just costs too much resources.
Yep. Now, will we see a blocker Law come down and do some shenaniganery? I think we're going to see some shenaniganery.
I don't know. I think that, Shambles is a super powerful ability here. We're going to see.
Law's going to use his
Jack
hero power.
In. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I mean, Law really has the pressure on Law right now. Okay, we got Law attacking Law for 7. Law will take the hit. No trigger. And then we're going to go and use our effect. Put that Otama back. Here comes the newest artwork of the blocker Law. Let's put that Zoro back in hand, and you know what?
We're back. Art. It's hard to see on camera, but I do like it.
I do like.
I like all the foil cards, you know. And I actually, it's kind of controversial. Do you like the
Stephen the Crow likes shiny things?
For sure. What do you think of them putting like reprint alts in the newest sets?
I think it's weird to reprint a card from the very previous set in the form of the Newgate. Or no, Newgate was set 2.
It was set 2, yeah.
So it's not bad. I like set 1 reprints because set 1 was so hard to find.
Set 2 was kind of in that same camp, but yeah.
Set 2 is a lot easier to find than set 1.
That's true, yeah.
Like when you walk around the venue here, you see set 2, 3, and 4 being sold by the vendors, but you don't see set 1.
Not set 1, yeah.
So I really, really appreciate reprints of like this Law and the Boa. I think those are very, very good reprints to see. Newgate is whatever. I really wish we had seen a Zoro.
Well, I think on a certain axis you want the alts to be more accessible. I mean, I'm a person who really values like alts that are expensive, but you don't want them to be like $200 expensive. Like
yeah,
that's not cool. So maybe like a bit more, but not too much.
We're gonna pay 3 for a Zoro. You know, we've done our due diligence. We've cleared Law's board.
Yeah, and this is going to take us to the 5 card.
It is, yeah.
5 character max. So Shambles is online here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to block that 5K with our 6K swing.
Yep.
That is a nice block, but also now exposed to the loss. So we'll see.
It does expose the Law. For this
Oh,
Law.
okay. And we did have the blocker.
We do. So
Pick up. Now we can get more card advantage, or we can
Zoro.
just re-attack with the Zoro.
Mm-hmm. Or we can just not attack with the Zoro. Or we can.
Oh, we're going 8K.
Oh, we're going 8 on the Law.
Yeah. We played the Otama, so this is a 4K now.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. You know, we're trying to...
Did we not play the Otama? Am I misremembering?
No, he put the Otama back. So, if the Law was shrunk, then he wouldn't have blocked the Zoro swing.
Correct.
Without any concern there.
It was already on the table.
Yeah, it was already on the table.
Okay. All right, we're going to go to 10 Dawn. We've got a lot of math to do.
I believe this is 9 Dawn.
2 characters. Yeah, true. 2 characters left to go to hit the limit. You're going to tap 2 for the body here. Look at the top 5 cards.
Wow. Did you see those first 2 options? You know, that is a lot of options available, but the problem is what you lose with what you get.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we saw him add the blocker. We're going to pay 5. We're just going to slam down a blocker, or are we slamming down a Luffy?
Wait, Luffy here.
Yeah, well, Luffy is
it's going to get past
straight
the blocker.
through.
Let us go.
We're going to go after that Zoro.
Zoro, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this lets us
Absolutely.
go 7 on the 5 for the 2K over without, this isn't profitable for Kyle to counter out of.
You know, we were talking about Dawn economy, and Nami throws that Dawn economy so far.
Mm-hmm.
For a 1 Dawn investment early on, you get so much value.
Yep. You just have access to these Luffy plays like this. He effectively had the 10 Dawn on this turn.
We saw swing for 5, bait the Law blocker.
Yeah.
And then just, go ahead and...
Just a restand on the Luffy,
Yeah.
which... Luffy just so much value in this deck. Such an incredible card.
So much value, such an incredible card, for sure.
It plays a role of like a finisher in so many matchups, but in this one...
A clean board clear sometimes, too.
It's like just an aggro red card that in the right hands just turns into like a mid-range card.
Right? And being able to untap it with the Law means that you are representing unblockable damage twice, potentially. Yeah. So it needs to go, but it's like, how do I take it out?
And this is just another one of my favorite cards in the whole game. Otama coming down, perfect mid-range card. I mean, it's just like this 1-drop that's so, it's a 2K.
Unassuming.
It is unassuming. It's a 2K, but like it's such a versatile card. I mean, you can get defensive with it, you can get aggressive with it, you can hit that 5 character max with it, you can recycle it. So much
We might see a recycle on it right now, actually.
Yeah, I tend to think that the better law players are recycling their Otamas as often as possible.
Yeah. It's so much value. Really so much value. All right, we're going to see 6 come across the table. You know, Law only has 1 life left, and he's going to go ahead and take it. He has the blocker, but, I mean, I'd be afraid of a Luffy.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the danger.
Always the danger.
When you're playing against red and you go to 0, right? Is that you think, I've got enough counter power in my hand, but do you really?
All right, we're going to see Law come across the table for a lot. Oh, and there we go. Okay. So we're going to block that one, but then we use the leader effect to pay 2, switch it to active mode, and go in again.
Exactly. Yeah,
beautiful.
The green card is a supernova there. So,
yep.
All right, and that's going to do it. Kyle is the winner of the box here, and let's go switch over.
I'll give them their prizes. You can go ahead and keep talking.
All right, I'll do that. That's fine. Let's see Matt Sublet deliver on this promise of a box. Thanks. All right, perfect. Yeah, these law matches are grindy. I love seeing the Otama get recycled and used against the Luffys. The Luffys are such a threatening piece of the puzzle. You have to be worried all the time. Is my blocker going to be effective enough? All right. I think we have done it. We've exhausted all the matchups that we could possibly put on stream today. There will be more side events tomorrow, possibly, if we have time to stream. I'm not sure, but we will attempt to do so. But if not, I hope you guys enjoyed some very impromptu side events streaming here live from Greenville, South Carolina. It's been an incredible weekend already, and yep, we will catch you next time.